for 6 weeks we run a play scheme, and that was all there was.
There was absolutely nothing.
Got back to the winter and they were hanging about street corners, causing havoc.
Glue sniffing was really rife. It was really bad then. And see, the kids had absolutely nowhere to go, and we were single parents at the time.
Broomhouse at that point was pretty dire. There was a lot of burnt out cars and fights and a lot of glue sniffing, and just generally Broomhouse didn't have a good name. You know, if anybody, oh, I'm not going to live in Broomhouse. And because you're segregated by 4 main roads, you are literally in a box. So it was important in regards to bringing Broomhouse out of the doldrums and giving people positivity.
All the things that was happening, we didn't want that for our kids. So that's what personally pushed me.
We got the go-ahead for the conversion, and the council gave us a peppercorn rent. I think we paid £1 a year, and it was decided we would have a cafe, just a drop-in for anybody in Broomhouse to come in and have a chat and a blether.
I think we felt quite good that we were doing something. As I say, I was brought up in Broomhouse and there was nothing, but suddenly there was this challenge. And I just felt myself, boy, look at me, I'm doing something, with my 2 in mind.
The highlight for me, I think, in my time in Broomhouse was when we actually saw the centre opening. We felt we had achieved something, and that it was going to be there forevermore.
I joined the Broomhouse Centre in May 1991, and at that time the challenges appeared to be there was high unemployment, there was a high crime rate, and there was drugs, alcohol issues. When I started, I was identifying what the needs were in the community, and very quickly discovered there was a need for a dementia daycare service, and I reached out to the community. I got 6 volunteers all helping me for 1 day dementia daycare service, which was great. So we started with 6 volunteers to begin with, but by the time I left, we had 105 volunteers. To raise the community spirit, we introduced pantomimes at Christmas time. That was wonderful. We actually, in the first pantomime, we had 95 young people and adults. The kids loved it. Parents came to me and said it was amazing how it helped their children's reading ability because they were having to audition for the pantomimes.
They were amazing, and you had everybody involved, and everybody looked forward to them.
Biggest highlight, as you can imagine, for me was having this dream about building a new custom-built centre for the community because they deserve it.
So the thing that attracted me to the charity was the fact that it really touches the heart of the community on so many different levels. The projects that are designed specifically to connect and support young people, but also older people in the community. The cafe that serves as a space to bring people together. So the fact that it wasn't just one area that was supported, it was the whole community.
When I first started here, I was very shy. I wouldn't really talk very much. I would need quite a lot of help with things, quite a lot of being told what to do all the time. But now, since I've been here, my confidence has grown and I can do jobs by myself now.
I get more independence, like in doing something where I don't get more help. I don't have somebody with me all the time, whenever I do something, because I've got more confidence, in sort of in baking or cooking or barrister work.
I live just across the road. I have a daughter, April, who's disabled. And the reason I love to come here is because we get very well looked after. With April being in the wheelchair, this is where I come for my recreation, to meet my friends and get looked after. And it's great just to have somebody to talk to.
You forgot that you were caring just for those few days. And it was you, and the concentration was on the carers themselves and what they needed, and you know, it was super.
I've seen it grow, and I've seen it evolve, and I've seen it respond, and I know that most of the staff have even more ideas for different projects that they can do. And they're not projects that are, oh, wouldn't it be nice if we could do this? They're really working with the community and seeing those opportunities for serving it better. There's a misconception that the centre only works for Broomhouse. It really does work for Broomhouse, and the building is at the heart of Broomhouse. But the work extends far beyond Broomhouse. Right across Edinburgh, we're doing tremendous work. And it's really important that we can grow that, and we can collaborate, and we can work together. And we can make sure that people know that that's where we're based, but our work is done on a much broader kind of arena than that. I think the new centre is going to bring a lot to the community. You might think, well, it's just a new building, but actually it's a new space with a new energy.
This is going to be an anchor place for the entire community. It's a place that any young person, any older person, any family can come through the door. You might want to come through and book a children's birthday party. You might be coming through to have a coffee in the cafe. But it's a place that actually is about community cohesion. It's about regeneration of that community, building their confidence again. For me, it's the fact that it is run by local people who help develop it for the future. That's what's it's resilient. This is a resilient community. You should be here for our street party in the summer, and this building will be buzzing when that street party's on. We're going to see folk from many different generations, but also from many different ethnic minority backgrounds. This is one of the most colourful and interesting parts of this city. It's also a place where there are huge challenges, but that resilience that this anchor building can really provide will actually help build a future that's more positive. It's a very, very diverse and supportive place. It's a place I feel incredibly proud to work in. I feel really proud of everybody who's part of it, the volunteers, the local community who help run it. It's a place that you actually feel has an energy and is about the values of Scotland in the future, but also these are values that are owned in this community. A place of kindness. And I look forward to welcoming people through the door.